Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Daniel from Panorama Computer, and we are live. I just got the notification there. I got the notification there. So we are good to go. Let's give this a few minutes to see if anybody comes in. And if nobody comes in, I'm going to speak my mind and then cut the stream short. So let's give it a few minutes, see if anybody comes in. If you come in, please let me know that you're here. Let me post this in here. Um, all right. So, like I said, we'll give it a few minutes and see if anybody comes in. And if not, I'm going to say my piece, and then I'm going to end it. End it. I promise you, I'm going to try to keep doing this every week. Let's see. Let's tell you how long you've been on. Oh, right there. It is a nice, it's kind of a moist September Saturday in Alabama. Hurricane, what's her name, is still dumping moisture into the air. It's been off and on raining. It's been a real pain in the butt. Maxwell House. Let's see. What are we doing on time? We'll give it a few minutes and see if actually, if not, I'm gonna. Okay, that was weird. Oh my goodness, that was weird. It was definitely weird. Am I that damn ugly? Yeah, I know. I know. I need a shave and a haircut. How do you know? How do you know there's anybody in here? Hmm. I guess that means. Okay, so I can see whether or not all I have to do is look up. So obviously, doing this live stream thing, I'll give it a couple more minutes and I'm going to say my piece and then end the stream. I guarantee you this is kind of not getting to be the way I want it to be. Um, but I promise I would do it again, you know. It's probably about what 8 or 9 o'clock in the UK overseas. So I'm sorry for doing this late. I wasn't going to do a stream. I think I should um, let people know how I feel about a bunch of stuff and the way sometimes YouTube actually behaves itself. I want to ask this question to everybody. If you're a creator, you're whatever. I want to ask this question. And I will. And you can leave if you're not in the chat later on when you watch this video after this live stream replay, please leave a comment because something that I don't understand. What I don't understand is now I became a creator in 2015. I was a creator. I got monetized in 2016 finally after trying to get that stuff set up. So from what I understood when I was first started on YouTube as a creator was videos that I posted on my channel, even live streams, are the property of the creator. And you could not, if you took that material and used it for any reason, I could copyright strike you for it. Now they're coming up with this shit that fair use shit, which means you can download and use somebody's content, however way you want, without the owner's permission. And they call that shit fair use. How is that fair use? How is it fair use to take somebody's private information without their permission and broadcast that shit all over the fucking internet? And that's fair use. I'm not going to name channels. I'm not going to name some of the channels. But I know who you are. And I hope Jeremy and George get your ass. I hope Jeremy and George get your ass. Because what you're doing is not reporting. You're not journalists. All you're doing is using people's content to harass and defame and stalk people. You're trying to humiliate them people because you didn't like them. Simple thing, motherfucker. If you don't like watching Sony's YouTube channel, go to another fucking channel. If you don't like this one, I go to another damn channel. I do not give a shit. Okay? I'm not monetized. I have 55 subscribers on my channel. That's the way I want it to be. That's how I wanted it to be. I stopped being a YouTube creator when they changed the rules. And for some unknown reason, when they changed all the things about subscribers and views and being monetized, YouTube was a good place for a while. Then all this shit, one channel attacking another damn channel because some pathological liar told them a story, playing the fucking victim, when you're the one that stuck their damn ass in the first goddamn place. You stopped them in the first place. They didn't want nothing to do with you. When you begged for money, I'm not going to name names, but you begged for money, and then Jeremy told you no, and you did a bunch of shit started doing a bunch of shit. And he kept quiet about it. And then when he got pissed off, he got a protection order in his home state of Florida. In his home state of Ohio. I'm sorry, he lives in Florida. They have a property in Florida. So how the hell can you claim that you're a victim of Jeremy Harrells? You claim that he's stalking and harassing and cyber stalking you when you're the one that followed him to Otter Creek. And then when you couldn't get your goddamn way, you started whining like a little bitch. I hope Jeremy wins that case. You and that fucked up lawyer of yours are going to get what you got coming to you. That's all I can say. But still, how the hell can you claim at one time a creator's content was protected, was owned by the content creator? In other words, if I make a video and post it on my YouTube channel, that's my property, and you couldn't use it without my permission. Now they're claiming fair use, and I'm pissed off about that because now that's going the opposite way of what YouTube. I'm going to tell you something, Miss whatever the fuck your name is. I'm not going to say your name because I don't want to get sued. Then you couldn't get, well, you can't take this channel down anyway. Take this channel down, I'll sue your ass for everything you're worth. Man, there's some lawyers here to eat your ass alive. You fuck with somebody like me. Who is basically, I am a public figure. Technically, I am a public figure. I post myself out there on YouTube doing live streams and posting videos. I am a public figure. Just like everybody else on all the freaking channels on YouTube. When you put yourself out there, you are considered a public figure. It's horrendous what this woman has done to, I'm changing the subject because I want to get back to it. Because she's claiming that she's not a public figure. And they were trying to sue this shady ass lawyer who's trying to be on her side, is trying to say that she's being cyber stalked and harassed. They're using her image for a public to gain views and money being monetized, get money. And that's not the farthest from the damn truth. I'm going to tell you what. When you put yourself out there as a public figure, and you did this by your turtle rescue, you did that running for a public office, you put yourself out there. When you post that shit on Facebook, you put yourself out there when you were on Facebook. So Jimmy can technically claim fair use using that picture or any image. And the worst mistake, Mr. Lawyer Man, if you do ever see this video, you went after another damn lawyer who'll eat your ass alive. I'm going to tell you all something. This is not what the fuck YouTube is supposed to be used for. And I, pardon my language, I'm pissed. Because it gets worse and worse and worse every damn week. It gets worse. Every damn day, it gets worse. Every week, it gets worse. Then you got another channel harassing Jeremy, saying that it's all lies and this person is a victim. Bullshit. She bought this shit on herself. And then you're going to get on your little fucking channel and you try to harass and humiliate somebody because you don't like them. That's not what YouTube is supposed to be for. This is the reason, and I wish Old Handy Luke, if you watch this video, Luke, go back to the original live streams that Mike Paulus did. There's that bullshit with Steve Lav and Fritz Rochester. I believe Ralph and John Israel were getting into it. And then they were stealing Steve's content. They were stealing content from creators. They were stealing from John, and they were stealing from Steve. And Steve and John both copyrighted their ass. The copyright struck them and got that shit taken down. Why can't we do that now? Oh, fair use. Yeah, fair use this motherfucker. And you use my shit without my permission, whether it's fair, you can't claim fair use, I'll copyright strike your ass. You do not have my permission to use any content on this channel without my permission. That's stealing. I'll tell you another thing too. That shady ass lawyer and them two fleas on a pile of shit. You fuck with me, I'm gonna show you the fair use of a fucking baseball bat. Leave these channels alone. Then this shady ass law, and this really grinds my goddamn gears. The shady ass lawyer is going after YouTube channels that are covering, what's going on with What the Hells. Threatening them. If we don't do this, we're going to file sanctions against you. Yeah, sanction this, motherfucker. Sanction this, motherfucker. You can't do that. That's not ethical for a practicing lawyer to do that. And then he gets more butthurt because some of these channels won't let him on because all they do is cry that this person is a fucking victim. This person brought all that shit on her goddamn self when they stalked Jeremy to fucking Otter Creek, Florida. If you're watching this lawyer, man, if I were you, I'd go into another goddamn profession. A lawyer, you are not. And I'm going to tell you something too that Tug and Megan and DUI guy, who I subscribe to, and I absolutely love their content. Going on a live stream in Veteran Nation. Now that's a channel, if you're a veteran, it's called Veteran Nation on YouTube. Go to him and subscribe and help out Skipper trying to help veterans. Because that's what his channel is about, is helping people. And but what they were saying was, going on a live stream for 7 hours or 10 hours with two bitches who don't know what the fuck they're talking about is unethical. You're a lawyer. You should know better than that. And I'm just bringing this up because I agree with him. I agree with him. How can you, any lawyer with any sense or has any value wouldn't go on a live stream with two women who pull up people's information and use it to stalk and harass and defame and try to ruin somebody's life because you heard a bunch of fucking lies. That's bullshit. Claiming that she's a victim and Jeremy Hales is just profiting off his videos and to humiliate her. No, what he's doing is reporting the story of his life. What's going on with him? And he has that right. You sucked him to Florida. And when you couldn't get your damn way, you started all this shit. And I'll tell you the worst kind of scumbag you are, woman. When you write signs and post them all over town saying that Jeremy S.A.'d your little 3 or 4-year-old daughter, you are sick. You are the sickest, lowest pond scum there is in this fucking planet. I know I don't have much of a following on this channel. I didn't want to do this stream in the first place, and I just want my voice to be heard. Then this shitty ass lawyer trying to shut down Veteran Nation because he made a call to the Child Protective Services, CPS, because a little girl that's in this person's care is living in hell, living in a little shit box. You know something? You need to go to What the Hell's and watch What the Hell's YouTube channel and watch the videos. I mean, they put a garbage bag in a 5-gallon Lowe's bucket and with a toilet seat and shit in it. They piss in the laundry, the liquid laundry detergent bottles. They piss in it. Thank God I live in a country where I have a room. I live in an apartment. And thank God that I have a roof over my head and a toilet I can use and a shower that I can use. He called CPS because he saw something in a video about the conditions of the way this little girl has to live in, and he has every right to do that. I'm not saying do that, watch the video and then call CPS. I'm just saying watch the video and see what kind of conditions that this little girl is living in. Just watch the videos. Go to What the Hell's. I'm sure he has a playlist of the Otter Creek stuff. And what pisses me off is too, is I was watching that one so-called channel, Two Fleas on a Piece of Shit. Two fleas on shit. And you can kiss my ass if you think you can take this channel down. Good luck. Like you, I have a right to my opinion. It's called the First Amendment. But then they going on their channel saying that Veteran Nation did this and Veteran Nation did that. Mike is a good person, and I have a lot of respect for him. But the thing is, you went after a channel and tried to get it taken down. You tried to get Jeremy's channel taken down, and it didn't work. You know why? Because there's no proof that anything they're doing is in violation of the terms of service. What the Two Fleas are doing is a violation of the terms of service. I hope YouTube sees that and takes their ass down. And you better believe I'm watching and I'm flagging. Because when you do wrong for somebody, I'm going to fight for you. If you're a YouTube channel and somebody's coming after you for no reason, only based on accusations and lies from a pathological liar, and you're being humiliated, and they're trying to take you for money that you don't need, they're trying to sue this person for money that they don't even deserve. That's how shady it is. Oh my God. Bruce, get a fucking life. Damn. fucking Christ, get a fucking life. And quit going after people that you know you're not going to win. I'm going to tell you the reason why you're not going to win. Because when Jerry brings all the evidence and his witnesses and all the testimony and all it's going to go down in that federal court, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to lose. And you're going to be rubbing ointment on your asshole for the rest of your damn life. You are fucking with the people. You are fucking with people that didn't do anything to anybody. But now you're going after them because you're money hungry. I'm going to tell you something. That's also unethical as a lawyer. If you're just going after it for notoriety, I can't even pronounce it. To be famous, fuck, I can't even say it. You're wrong. Again, this is not what these channels are doing to Jeremy, and this lawyer is doing to Jeremy, especially using YouTube. It's not what YouTube is supposed to be for. At one time, YouTube would take your ass down because you were doing it. Now they're claiming, like I said, they're claiming fair use. Yeah, fair use this, motherfucker. Fair use this, motherfucker. I'll fair use your ass with a baseball bat. You fuck with this channel and its subscribers. Because it's called public opinion. And that's what you claim is a public opinion. It's my First Amendment right. If you don't like it, don't watch this channel. You know, go back to the very beginning of, I think I started being a YouTube channel in March or April 2015. And YouTube was just running wild. And when they made all those changes, to YouTube. YouTube got better for a while. But then this popped up, and it's a shame. It is a crying shame. It really is. It is a crying shame. If this would have happened back in 2015, when YouTube was YouTube, and YouTube was taking these channels down for exactly what's going on now, that was the good times, because that stopped the bad people from doing bad things and abusing YouTube. Now these people are just claiming fair use, and now they're just claiming fair use and just going after people, trying to get their channel shut down, begging people to get, this lawyer begging people to get on their channel so he could have his little slender session. And a lot of the channels that I know, that I probably mentioned before, I'm not going to let them on there because that's not what, that's not right. It's not ethical for a lawyer to get on a YouTube channel and be on a live stream for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then you're stupid enough to tell people in the live stream your strategy for trying to get Jeremy Hales. I'm telling you, you are not going to win. For one thing, you're not going to win. Two, you try to claim that the signs were not made by that person and the victim, and there is proof that the signs. John admitted it in court. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? They were found guilty in Ohio court and were fined for breaking the civil protection order that Jeremy had placed on them. Why did he have that placed on him? Because your client stalked them. Your client stalked. His chair is uncomfortable. There's no back on it. But your client stalked him. And then, like I said before, she didn't get her way, and then she started all this vile shit against Jeremy and George. And they didn't say nothing for a long time, didn't say nothing, didn't do anything. And then when she got worse and worse, Jeremy tried to go to the Florida court to get the protection order, and they denied him. So when he went back to Ohio, he talked to the Ohio judge, got all the evidence and the proof, and that was it. He got the injunction. Now, what this woman did was ran right, she ran to the she ran to the Florida court and tried to get an injunction on Jeremy and George. The first couple of times it was denied. I think the third time the judge said, "Okay, I want to hear this. One mistake you made, Judge DeBiasis, you had ex parte meeting with that person without Jeremy and his counsel being present at the time." And I will say this about Randy Shockett of the Shockett Law Group, who has been with Jeremy and Doreen. You guys do a wonderful job. Thank you. And then during this hearings, the different hearings, yeah, I guess it can be a hangout. I'm going to tell you something, Luke. What I'm talking about is something that YouTube frowned on many years ago before they changed the rules. Okay, if you go back to Mike Paulus's original videos, people were stealing Steve. They were stealing Steve Labs. The fight between Steve and Fritz Rochester, which I don't think he's alive anymore. Then John and Ralph got into it. And they didn't basically shut the channel down, but, how do I do that? I just post a link, don't I? I'm using StreamYard for the first time. I'm using StreamYard for the first time, so I really don't know how to do this. Okay, just post a link. Okay, hold on. I've never done this before, so be patient with me. I've never done this before. This is my first time using StreamYard. So be patient with me. I used OBS Studio, and I'm really not familiar with. Okay, I see you now. Yeah, I bet you that hitting that ceiling and knocked it down. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
How's
there
it
we go.
going? Geez, it's probably been 2 years at least.
Yeah, I kind of missed Mike, and I was going to email him about some questions I had about StreamYard. I'm
Hell,
seeing,
maybe I'll start hosting something on my channel again. The problem is there's been a lot that's gone on since those streams started ending. If you don't know, I bought a house and I've been rehabbing it ever since.
that's good. That's good. It's like I was talking about these people in Florida. They're living in campers and sheds and everything
Man,
else. And
I've
just
seen some pretty rough houses here. Um, I'm gonna probably turn off my camera in a bit. I'm actually painting my shed, but
come here and paint the building. They need.
I just got a new shed, so I'm painting it. But anyways, there was this house. I actually just passed by it on the way back here, and it was in rough shape, man. When I went in
I
it,
mean,
I went
it's
in
not
it
about-
back in May to estimate to add HVAC to the house, which it had none, and the whole house was about to fall over. It was clear that the whole floor system had been eaten out with termites, and the whole house was just shifting, and it looked like it was about ready to fall over. But yeah, so
how
no heat.
wouldn't the city condemn it? But here in
That's
Birmingham,
what
if
they
there's a
did actually. They wanted us to add HVAC. I was like, man, you have the inspector come in here. I didn't say this around the family because they were renters, but I said to my boss, like, man, the city comes in there, like, aren't they going to condemn the thing? My boss was like, yeah, probably. It was just insane that people were living like that. I just drove by the house again a couple hours ago, and they've ripped off all the asbestos siding. It looks like they're fixing to tear it down, which really needs to be done. I don't even think it's possible to fix it. Um, you know,
yeah.
but yeah. You still with me?
But see, the problem,
Oh yeah, you are.
if you ever been, yeah, uh, for a long time when I first moved here in '94, there was an abandoned building on the corner of, and I know you're not familiar with Birmingham, it's 27th Street and 32nd Avenue. It used to be an old post office, and for a long time the city couldn't get eminent domain over it. And when they finally did, when it finally did happen, it was satisfying sitting outside and watching them take that building down with an excavator because it was an eyesore. A lot of these houses around here and buildings around here um, don't exist anymore because the city just came and got it. Hold on, I'm going to turn my camera off and answer this door. It's a shame.
It's a shame that people have to live like that. Um, I mean, I understand that there's a point where, like, I understand living rough on a budget, but then there's a point where, like, okay, you do not need it. We do not need to have parents with kids living in houses that are going to fall in, that are literally, they're not even structurally sound. They're dangerous to be in. And and also the fact that they're paying rent for it on top of it. I mean, it might not be much, but geez, I'm not. It doesn't have to be immaculate. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it needs to at least be safe. And this house, it wasn't. They didn't have any kind of central heat, which we're in North Carolina. Well, they did, but it was an old hot oil stove that hadn't worked in 20 years. So they were using space heaters. But it was just ridiculous. The fact that it got to that point. I mean, geez. I understand, like, lower income housing is never going to be pretty, but
No.
I certainly would expect more. I'd expect the bare minimum of heat and a tight roof and structural stability.
This building here is Section 8, low income housing.
This is your house. You're in Section 8.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This P-TECH unit.
How is it?
Yeah, I've been living here for 30 years.
Seems like you are happy enough.
Yeah, I'm happy enough. But believe it or not, these P-TECH units have a man, but guess who they're made by?
Who?
Goodman.
They're not. Goodman ain't terrible.
No, it's not. It's just sometimes it's hard to. They're getting everything's getting expensive. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
watch
You hear
Steve's
about
video.
them changing? Have
They're
you heard
going to
about
charge.
them changing the refrigerant? They're changing from 410A.
It's a government conspiracy, is what it is. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
Who knows?
There's nothing wrong with R22. They're trying to claim that, and I think I brought this up before, Mike, before.
I can understand why they got rid of R22. To be honest, I do honestly believe I can get on board with the fact that that stuff might have been eating holes in the ozone layer. I can understand that. I mean, it was a good refrigerant. It just sucked that it was bad for the environment. That's my opinion on it. Um, um, but there is some things that I think are a little much. I'm not too sure about R410A, them phasing that out. I don't think R410A is as big of a problem, but
Isn't, isn't that new refrigerant? Basically, that new refrigerant, what is it, 5?
R454B,
Now, there's another one they were using.
R32, I believe.
One of them is a 500 number, and they use it as a refrigerant they're using it as a refrigerant in a Coca-Cola box in the Maxway store over here. And I said something to one of the girls who works there, who's been my friend for many years, that's explosive. If there was ever a fire in that store, that thing would blow up.
No, R600. Yeah, it's very common. Like R600, I think it's also R290, which is propane. That's also flammable. Um, I mean, I can understand using it in small quantities. Um, but yeah, also R410A is somewhat flammable. If you hold I've done it. I've hold a lighter to it, and it won't be a big flame, but it'll burn it. It'll make some nasty phosgene gas.
Yeah,
Um,
that's in South Park. Bigger,
I've
better.
You don't even need to breathe it in, man. You just need to have that stuff waft up, and it'll hit your eyes. I've had it where I've unbrazed compressors, and you get that cloud of phosgene, and I hold my breath. Well, it just hits me in the face, burns my eyes.
But the funny thing about this is, I'm not in the business. I watched
Mhm.
Steve Lav through the years. I've been watching Steve since 2015. That's what inspired me to be a YouTube channel.
Mhm.
I made them choice that those changes. I took my channel down, and now I'm back up again, doing it again. But I'm taking a different approach to it.
How so?
I'm just trying to make better content. You know,
I mean, I personally believe good content is made by just genuine people. I'm kind of a believer in the old way YouTube of I really enjoy the videos that are edited by someone in their bedroom. That's they're just not some big corporation, which is what a lot of the big channels are going to. Um,
now the channel that I was talking about earlier in the video, he's not some kind of corporation. He's just somebody. It's uh, more about
Brit,
treasure hunting. It's about treasure hunting. It's about. Now let me speak. It's about treasure hunting. It's about storage units, giving back to the community. And this woman stuck him to his Florida home to try and get money. And then when she couldn't get anything from him, she just started spouting all this vile shit about the man. Yeah, that man.
crazy people out on the internet, man.
I don't understand is when I first started the YouTube channel, your content was your property, and nobody could use it without your permission. Now they got this fair use shit, which bypasses that. How does that protect us?
I I'm kind of at the point of being done with trusting YouTube. They're obviously they've grown into more of a corporation that's just money hungry. Um, I they're a convenient resource, and I think part of the reason they haven't died is because they're just too big. And
Yeah.
there's no other place that to go like Vimeo or I mean, yeah, there's Vimeo, but like think about that transition. Things would have to get really bad for YouTube to start dying.
Mm, From,
But
from my
sometimes
perspective,
we have to deal with it, and you know,
I mean,
unfortunately, we can try, we can talk, speak up, but and it's definitely worth doing. I'm not saying don't do that.
well, I'm going to keep the channel here.
Absolutely, voice your opinion, say what you really think
My
about it.
opinion, my opinion is YouTube should go back to the way it was.
Hmm?
I said YouTube should go back to the way it was. When these people,
Me too. I agree.
they need to go back, and when these people are using people's content without their permission, strike them.
Yeah.
Take that channel down.
Did they use? Did someone use your content or what?
No, somebody was using Jeremy Hale's, and that's a good channel. They were using his content and using it to bash him and to try to humiliate the guy. And that's not what YouTube. It's like I said in many of my streams before. That's not what YouTube is supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for education, having fun. How can a channel grow? I mean, I only had about 200 subscribers on the channel when I took it down. I took it down because I got tired of doing it. Nobody, they took my money away. They took the what little bit of income I making from the channel.
How much were they paying you, if I may ask, for a channel with 200?
I think the first time it was only $100.
Still, that's not bad.
Well, I noticed that I did a video. It was little. You can't see what I'm saying, but it was little RCR 503BR remote controls,
Mm-hmm.
universals, and I looked. Damn thing's got got a little over 9,000 views. There's one of the videos I did on another one. It's got over 1,000 views.
Hmm.
But see, for me, the way I see it as a creator is I'm not into it for the money. I'm just here to educate. If I can get on a live stream and have fun with other people, that's what I want to do. It's not about money. I get Social Security and SSI. Yeah, Social Security and SSI. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, you're in Georgia again, right?
Alabama.
Hmm?
Alabama.
Alabama? Oh, okay.
Not too far from where Ralph used to be.
Yeah, Ralph's now in South Carolina with Ted, if I'm not mistaken.
I liked him.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I miss Mike. I miss all them guys because they're funny as hell. All those guys are funny. I mean, there are times that I went back and watched a bunch of the live streams that Mike did. There were times I was just cracking up laughing because it was funny.
I've thought about I need to get actual internet in my house and probably a new laptop, but I wouldn't be against hosting something like that. And I can, if you give me some contact information, I'll ping you if I'm bringing something like that back. I just right now, I've got so much on my hands, it's life. And this house is just taking up
Yeah,
all my free time.
it will. And it's like somebody said, she's an ex-Marine. I think she's Marine. No, she's not Marine. She was Navy. She was a Navy veteran, and she said something that hit the point on the head, hit
Was
the
this
head.
Jessica or Jessica? What was her other name? The other name lady that was an HVAC technician, Jessica, and
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
oh, it's been so long.
I mean, I still watch Steve Lab and everything.
Oh, I do too. I still pop in, watch a few videos here and there. Not as much because I've now gotten into the field, so I'm seeing a lot of the stuff he does myself. So it's not as much, but I still occasionally pop in and see what he does. Um,
Anybody's going to be a good teacher. Steve Lab would be.
yeah,
Now, Mikey Pipes, everybody likes that guy. I don't like him.
me neither. I still don't like him. I still remember how he treated Steve Lav.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Not a fan of his demeanor.
That-
He
That's
just,
exactly that's exactly what's happening now. Okay, you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to freedom of speech. But if you got something to say that's going to be, not good towards another person, ill will, but to another person, zip your lip. I got zip ties here. I fix computers. I have zip ties to do cable management. Oh my God. Yeah, I unsubscribed from him. I didn't like what he said about Steve. Then there's another
I got
one,
fed up with it, man.
John Phillips Plumbing in Sarasota, Florida. He started ragging on Steve, and I unsubscribed from him.
Is that the guy that Mikey Pipes collabed with?
No, no. John Phillips is another plumbing. He's just a plumbing contractor.
I just don't get why people would hate on Steve. I mean,
Because they're jealous that Steve's been doing this for over 30 years.
there's some things that I don't like that Steve does, but I don't think he's a bad guy. He knows his stuff. He's just straight up.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, me too.
I love his interactions with the customers sometimes.
Oh
It is
yeah,
so.
yeah. I think he's just kind of introverted. He doesn't come out and do as many live streams.
I think Steve started his channel in 2014.
I think it was 2013 actually.
It might have been. 'Cause I started in 2015.
I started this channel all the way back in 2015, and I've taken down most of the old videos because they
Back
were
then,
just 12-year-old me. It was nothing meaningful. There's I think a few that are still up.
any material that you post, even this live stream, and if
Huh?
you used it and I reported it, they'd either take the channel down or take the video down. Now it's this fair use shit that it's this fair use thing that they're just using people's content. Let me ask you a question. Would you want your private information? We have a right to our private life. When you get channel, pulled up this man's information and was just blasting it all over the planet. You realize that YouTube is over all the entire planet? I get views from UK. I get views from all over the place. I know one of my subscribers is in the UK, and I don't think I can make him a mod from here. I'd have to try to do it with OBS because if he ever comes back on here, I need to make him a mod. Then a guy, there was a subscriber to this channel. He's from Ireland, and he watch every single one of them. But like I said, it needs to go back to the way it was. If you want to keep the tongue tied today, 1,000 subscribers, that's fine. Now go back to the point where people's content creators' material is the property of that creator, and other people do not have the right to get that and use that content without that creator's permission. To me, that's stealing. It's just like me going to Family Dollar and stealing a candy bar, which I would never do. I have money in my pocket. Another thing too, you were talking about housing. Now these two people that stopped that to Florida, if I'm correct in documents that they filed against him to get indigent status to get a lawyer. She gets SSI and SSDI. That would make her qualified for Section 8 housing if she applied for it. I believe that SSI and SSI, and Social Security makes you qualified for Section 8 housing. Section 8. Instead of living in squalor, at least try to get into a Section 8 place where you can live and be happy. Living out on a piece of land in a camper, shitting in a Lowe's bucket, pissing in, the laundry, the liquid laundry detergent bottles. They piss in a laundry detergent bottle. Is that the way? That's the way I wouldn't want to live that way. I mean, there are options for that person. They chose the latter of it. Now I think it's coming to a point where it's going to be biting her in the ass in the future. I mean, thank God I live in an apartment building where I'm safe and it's warm, and I have heat, and I have air conditioning, which I very rarely use the air conditioning this year.
What do you usually keep it at? What temperature do you usually keep it at?
I just open up the windows and turn the fan on because sometimes that air conditioning bothers my arthritis real bad. If I sit in the cold for too long, I'm hurting. Just like going to the doctor's office. You know how the doctor's office is always cold? Oh, I can't stand it. I'm type 2 diabetic. And sometimes I have that thing with hot and cold. Right now, it's perfect weather outside. It is nice outside.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful out.
Well, we've had Hurricane What's-Her-Name come through here. So, I mean, it dumped a little bit of rain, but it's been cool. And it's not supposed to get too hot next week. Typical weather in Alabama in September. Not hot like it has been.
Yeah, I haven't used much air conditioning this year either. I mean, I've just gotten used to going without it. I don't even have central air. I just rely off window units.
I'll tell you another good channel, and that's I'm trying to think. Another channel. I can't think of his name. It's HVAC. Oh, I can't think of his name. Ted. I forgot what his
Anti-DIY?
Yeah, anti-DIY.
Yeah.
I like him.
Oh, yeah, I like him too.
I like him. Oh, wow, we've been in almost an hour. That's pretty cool, though. I don't know.
I'd like to get on live stream with Ted. I wonder if he'd even remember me. I think he would.
What gets me about Well, see, I was using OBS, and then I kept having a problem with OBS, and I subscribed to several different channels that do live streams, and I asked them one day I asked this person who's a Navy veteran, which you didn't let me get to that point. Let me say, she brought up a point that I believe is very, very true. We have a life above YouTube. In other words, you don't see me stream very often because I have a life outside YouTube. But what I'm saying is, I asked her what she used, and she said StreamYard. So I downloaded StreamYard, and I did my first tests a few days ago, and it seemed like it was a lot easier to connect it to my YouTube channel. It was a lot easier to get online. I'm happy with it. OBS, I just kept having problems after problems. It wouldn't connect to YouTube. It wouldn't do this, and it wouldn't do that. And when I'm done with this stream, I'm going to have to go back onto this account and make some changes. You know, put put this stream in the right place and make sure that everything is cool with it. Make sure I don't mark it. I always make sure it is not for kids, and it isn't for kids.
Yeah, I do the same on my YouTube channel.
I'm telling you what, if I get mad about something, I'm going to drop the F bomb. Because you know what? That's my First Amendment right.
Nah, it just comes to me naturally. I know. I remember Ted always had a problem with it. Ted always was like, "Why are you cussing so much?" And then yet he's always saying "faggot." Like, okay, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's either all or nothing.
Because I heard
Like,
Steve.
I don't care if you say faggot, but if you can say faggot, I should be able to say fuck. So, yeah.
this shady ass lawyer that is representing this person, he was in one of the chats, and I just simply told him, "Fuck you, Bruce." I told him, "Bruce, fuck you and the horse you rode in on," and I still use that. I'm all for freedom. I'm all for freedom of speech. I mean, that's our
Oh,
country.
me
But
too.
when you go when you use a YouTube channel, when you use a YouTube channel to go after other channels because you don't like them, well, if you don't like it, you don't like that YouTube channel, go to another one. It's like I said in the very beginning. If you don't like a YouTube, you don't like the content of this channel, go to another channel. But don't bring your negativity on the channel that you hate. If you don't like them, simply just go to another YouTube channel and watch them. Spew hate. Spew hate for somebody because you don't like them. That's wrong. I guess maybe up somewhere up in their head, that windmill stopped turning. That um, the gerbil wheel stopped turning in their head. They think it's okay to do that. Now I'm all for freedom of speech, but like I said, you can sit there and go after somebody because you don't like them. That's wrong. Simply just go to another YouTube channel or don't go to that channel anymore. Unsubscribe from them and don't and go to another channel. There are many, many thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube channels that you could watch. Why are you making it hard for one person? I'm gonna shoot my damn neighbors today. Look at I'm lucky I don't have a gun because there'd be some blam blam blam. That's exactly what we don't need in this neighborhood. This is not a good neighborhood.
Mm.
problem is North Birmingham is not getting new businesses. The problem with Birmingham is North Birmingham and Birmingham is so many small communities. They're not trying to bring business, you know. They're not trying to not trying to promote businesses to move to these areas. Hold on. I gotta get some coffee. It's almost that time. Almost the time to go get that fishing gear ready and go fishing. There's a community here, and it's a community in Birmingham called East Lake, and they got this big park with a big pond. I used to love going out there and fish. Don't take my phone, don't do nothing, just go out there and fish all day long, catch the bus back home. I miss those days. I'm pretty sure that's a freaking turtle that got on that damn line back in 2015. I'm pretty sure.
What happened?
A turtle that got it, but he pulled so damn hard on it. It had to be because normally a fish wouldn't pull that damn hard. I mean, he pulled the line hard enough that the knot actually came loose. I thought I had it on there good. But like I said before, I agree with you. YouTube just needs to go back to if you want to keep the 1,000 subscribers and I don't know how many views, that's fine. Go back to the way it was, where people's content was protected under copyright. Because people are using other people's content and calling it fair use, which bypasses what YouTube says. And it kind of annoys me. Ooh. Use the spoon, Luke. Use the fork, Luke.
There we go.
Luke, I'm your father. Actually, I am old enough to remember. I'm old enough because I went to the movies when I was young, when the first Star Wars and Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back came out.
I never really got into Star Wars myself.
I'm into Star Trek, but I'm into the Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I think one of these days I'm going to go on Amazon and get the model of the Enterprise D, because that was the coolest ship. Most of those guys are still alive. Hey. God, I'm going to be 55 next month. I started YouTube young. Because it's been 10 years, probably in my 40s when I started it. Damn, Steve's gonna be. He's 60. I hope Steve doesn't retire. I really like Steve. Oh my god, we are on. I pulled up YouTube on my. That's pretty funny. Geez, this guy's still on. Aw, pretty kitty.
You got a cat there?
I don't know. I was just looking at something on my phone. I pulled up YouTube. First video was us talking.
I've had YouTube recommended. I uploaded a video of my temporary kitchen, and YouTube actually recommended it to me. That was the funny thing.
I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna let what bad people do discourage me. If they want to do that, that's fine. Eventually, YouTube's gonna get your ass for it. If the right people report it and the right things happen, they'll be gone, and then they're gonna be sorry that they did it. I'm not gonna let them discourage me into being a creator. I'm not gonna discourage them because they want to harass somebody online. That's your thing. Me, I'm here today stating my opinion about what has happened and stating that when YouTube was young, or I mean, when I started as a creator, this stuff would have never happened because YouTube would have struck your channel down. Now they seem like they don't want to do nothing. I think that's wrong. I thought as creators that we had rights of our own. Uh, I really don't have no content. I do need to make a video of me. I have a computer I built. I need to make a video of. It's this computer and the one I built. It's the same motherboard, same amount of memory, same solid state drive. I would never put a hard drive. I would never put a physical hard drive in a computer.
Oh yeah, solid state drives are the way to go.
And if I get another laptop that's SATA, I'm going to take that drive out and put a Samsung SSD in it, and that'd be the end of it. I've never had a problem. The power supply, and it's in this computer that I'm talking to you with, is what the hell the name of that? It's the same one I did 7 years ago when I built this computer. I forgot the name of the power supply. Antec power supplies. I've never had a problem with an Antec power supply. In fact, the one that's in that other computer is an Antec.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a problem with it. The only thing I have to do to the other computer is put the Intel, because those computers are, and yet the motherboard, I have a spare motherboard. They're all Intel, so motherboard, the chip, the processor's already on the chip when you buy the motherboard. It's one of them cheap little micro piece computer. One of the micro ATX or mini ATX. For what I use the computer for, I don't need nothing else. And thank God that I have uh, Spectrum internet, because my internet connection is good until the weather gets bad and then it gets knocked out like it did yesterday or the day before. But it came right back up again after a few minutes. When that storm started hitting Alabama, that wind was just hitting so bad here. I was in the bathroom taking a shower and the lights were flickering like it wanted to go off. I could hear the battery thing switching. I'm I might start promoting this channel a little bit. If I don't, I'm going to invite some people if they want to be a part of my panel and want to listen to what I have to say. They are more than welcome to come. You are more than welcome to come on this channel and you know, talk with me. You can be in the chat. You can do whatever you want because you're welcome. Now, if you're being an asshole on my channel, I will ban you from my channel. And that's coming from a big asshole himself. But I'm just saying. So I do have some options here. I do have some options with the chat here. I wonder what that means. There's a star next to my name. Yeah, I can delete comments, but I don't know about modding people. I can delete comments out of the chat from here. Like I said, this is my first time using StreamYard. So it's like I'm going to tell everybody who watches this video afterwards, please be patient, because doing a live stream is a pain in the ass to get everything set up and try to be on time, and and then there's work afterwards that has to be done. You know, certain things have to go to the YouTube channel and have to do certain things. The place, I have to go back into my channel when I'm done here and put this live stream in the live stream playlist, or the folder, or whatever the hell you want to call it, the playlist. I mean, it's a lot of work. Most of the time when I make a video, I'll do it unedited. I'll just do it and post it. I don't have time to sit there for hours and edit. I'm kind of getting to like StreamYard a lot more. Oops. That's a good one. I need to check on that score. Let me go back. Holy shit.
Shower.
Alabama beat Wisconsin 42-10. Roll Tide. I typed in the chat if there's anybody in here, yell Roll Tide. Damn. That's that they were they're 3-0.
Well, I'm gonna head on out. I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out here and
I gotta be somewhere at 6, and I got a 45-minute drive, so I need to hop
all
in the
right.
shower.
I will probably do this again next week. I hope to see you.
I'll see. I'll try and make it. I'm usually quite busy around the weekends, but if I can make it and I'm around, I'll hop on.
All right.
All right.
I
See you
enjoyed
around.
your company. Take it easy. Be careful.
Yeah, will do. Thank you. You too.
Turn my camera back on. All right, everybody. This has been fun. And I'm going to get off of here for now because we've been on for over an hour now. And like I said, YouTube should go back to the way it was when I started channel in 2015. Okay, if you want to keep the 1,000 subscribers and the views part of it, that's fine. But you need to go back to protecting the rights of the content creator and this fair use shit be thrown out. If we make content, that's our property. That's our content. And nobody should be allowed to use it without our permission. I want to say this to all the 55 subscribers that are on my channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Maybe someday this channel will grow. Who knows? But I'm going to end the stream. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Luke for being here. And if there's anybody here that comes into here that wants to talk to me live, you are welcome to do it. Just keep it, just keep it civil. Thank you to everybody. I hope to be able to do this next week, Saturday. Be good, be safe, and be blessed. And I will see you next week. Maybe. It depends on what is actually happening now. But I will see you guys on the next chat. You all be good and behave yourselves.